Hey, beautiful people out of Expediting land, Daddy here, coming back with a video about having good connections and going over numbers on YouTube. Okay, put my cigarette out. Excuse me. Got this APU running next to me. Yeah, I just wanted to go over and give the reality of this business is very unpredictable. Okay. First of all, the average that you're going to make team and possibly solo, if you know what you're doing, is between, and this is how large the margin is, and this is how unpredictable expediting is between 40 to 70 each for teams. Okay. Now, solo, it is possibly to make that as well if you know what you're doing, experienced. Again, these YouTube channels are going over numbers, what they're making. Newcomers, these people have been doing it for 8 or 9 years. They own 1 cargo van, 10 cargo vans. They own 1 straight truck. They own 40 straight trucks. They have connections. A normal average person or people or team coming in disregard these numbers on YouTube. Okay? You need to pay attention to what your owner has in store for you, the contract that you have, the carrier you're driving for, and again, connections. Okay, these people that are on YouTube putting up numbers, $40,000 to $70,000 each for teams is true. However, again, 40 to 70, that's a large margin differential, and it fluctuates in this business. Over and over and over, I see these people on YouTube putting up their numbers. You don't want to do that. The newcomer is immediately going to think that they're going to make this kind of money starting off. And I urge you to listen to the reality. It takes a while to get there, as it does with anyone, any carrier, any job, anything you go into. Okay, you got experience, you coming in, solo or a team, you're going to do decent, you're going to do well. But the newcomers, the numbers these people are putting up on YouTube, they have connections, they've been doing it for a while, they know the owner of the company, and they own their own Expedite vehicles, which are there's cargo van, a semi-straight truck, or a semi-tractor trailer. Semi-straight truck, yes, I said that, or a semi-tractor trailer. The numbers, again, you keep going over the same thing, and it gets people the wrong mindset at first. You're not going to make that kind of money that they're illustrating on these YouTube videos, and they're putting up numbers and printing up and flashing numbers here and adding here. You got to understand, you've got to learn this business first before those numbers even come close. Okay? The trucking couple, the crafty truckers, everything 8-packs, all those folks have been doing it for a long time. There's 2 channels that own 1 or 2 straight trucks or a cargo van. The other channel, trucking company, they own 40, a bunch of straight trucks. They have connections. They've been doing this for a long time. As you a newcomer, or if you are returning, you want to get it another shot. I haven't gave up. I still love it. I didn't give up back in my early days. Okay? I started expediting in 06. I've never been an owner-op. I'm not interested in being an owner-op. And teaming for me and my lifestyle is not available. It's just not there. Okay, these are married couples that have been together for years and years and years, living together. They know the in and outs, and that goes for any teaming married couple or any team, period. You know, putting up numbers on YouTube, I'm not a big fan of it, because a lot of people, what I make, yes, I'm in between the $40,000 and $70,000 bracket as a solo. It's very difficult when you're coming in your 1, 2, 3, 4 years to identify the expedite companies that do run solos well. FedEx, Panther, Landstar, all these larger companies are team companies. That is just the bottom line. And a straight truck expediter, a semi straight truck expediter, that's just the way it goes. Putting up numbers misleads people, and I don't do that, and I will not do that. Everyone's experience is different. You've got to have connections in some cases. You've got to learn how to sit here and realize that as a YouTuber, everyone coming into this business or returning had a bad experience and said, I liked the job, but I had a bad owner. I had a piece of crap truck, or whatever the case may be. Putting up numbers as a YouTube, not a big fan of. It's just not cool. You know, the average American that has been in the workforce knows what tax deductions are, write-offs are, and at the end of the year, and all these other basic things. You know, when you're putting up numbers, and the newcomers are coming in, and they got these eyes this big, wow, that's right off the bat. No, it is not. I do not care what these other channels say. They have been doing it for years and years and years. They have been together for a long time. Okay? There has been. If you're basically coming into this business, there's things you have to learn, sitting involved, as I said before, over and over. All kinds of unpredictable situations that happen. You know? It's not necessarily going to be easy for everyone, as it is for these other folks that are flashing numbers. They know the business as I do. But I'm not going to sit here and flash numbers all over the screen. You know, 1,200, 1,500, $2,000, and all these things. You're not going to start off making that as a newcomer. You're not. If you do, you have good connections, there's a possibility, and you're good driving, picking up, and delivery times, you do your job and you execute. Expediting is all about executing, getting the job done. Most of it's no-touch freight, but sometimes there is some hand-touch freight, and it's getting a little bit more required these days. But you got to understand, you know, having good connections, you know, that is something that newcomers don't know of, and these other YouTubers don't mention. Putting up numbers, I'm not a big fan of, because the newcomers are going to be misled. That's just the bottom line. I'm telling you the truth, okay? All these other channels that you're watching for entertainment, and they've been together for a while. They went with Panther, Landstar, with the FedEx, Custom Critical. I have driven for a lot of these companies in my past. I'm fortunate that the last, I would say, 6 or 7 years, I have been, you know, with one company, and the second one that I've been with now is 1.5 years. But, overall, the expediting experience that I've got, I have no problems going to any company. Any company that is listed on expeditorsonline.com, I have no problem, because of the experience I've endured. And that's what you're going to have to do if you prefer teaming, and it works out with you with these YouTubers, and they're making all these money. It's because they're teaming. They're teaming, okay? I'm not a big fan of flashing up numbers. It's misleading to a lot of folks. It just is. You can hate me if you want to. You can like me if you prefer that, you know. Be genuine and friendly with me. But when I'm sitting here trying to communicate and get information out to YouTube, and you're blocking, and I'm getting reality people needs to know as newcomers coming into this field, I don't like that very much whatsoever. Okay? I mean, I've been respectful for all these other YouTubers, okay? Most of them are cool with me, okay? I have no problems. There's a bigger name, more than these others, that has been extremely encouraging, because this person, male or female, I'll leave that alone, knows firsthand what it was to become an owner-op on their own. And they did it the hard way. You know, all these other people that are on YouTube and they're married couples, I have respect for. But I'm not a big fan of flashing up numbers. It's misleading to a lot of people. Newcomers, the newcoming people, okay? there's learning curves you're going to have to go through. Having connections is another reason why it's a possibility to make even more money. Okay, they don't tell you that, but that's just the reality in life. There's connections that these truck owners with FedEx, Landstar, and Panther have. They have connections. They know the carrier, the company owner very well. They may know a dispatch supervisor very well that caters to their team of trucks. You go driving for an owner that's got 30 to 40 trucks versus an owner that's got 2 or 3. There's a lot of if in there. More than likely, if the freight is good, all the loads are going to go to the owner that's got more number of semi-straight trucks. That's just the fact. They don't tell you these things because they're teams. You got a larger fleet that is owned by an owner contractor. Most of them are teams. Solo, again, there's things you have to learn on your own to be successful. Solo teaming is much more catered to. It just has been. It has been for the last 10 years. You know, back then when you were solo in the early 2000s, late 90s, and doing paper logs and all these other things, you know, things were not narrowed down or regulated as much. You know, and that's why you don't put numbers up on YouTube for newcomers to watch. In my opinion. They do what they want. I do what I want and say what I want as they do, okay? That's just my opinion, and I prefer not to, okay? So, I'm going to sign off here. This video, hopefully, to help you, give you more of a reality look into coming into the expediting business, watching the channels that do flash numbers and tell you what they make. It's got nothing to do with you individually or you as a new team coming in. You have to focus on your experience. You have to focus on who you're driving for, or if you're a new owner op, you have to focus on your own experience. And connections, you got to have connections. They don't mention that. Alright, this is Dan of Expediting Land signing off. I hope this video was helpful and give you more of reality insight. Alright guys, subscribe if you like, hit the like button. If there's any questions you want to ask me about this business at all, please feel free to do so. I have just as much experience as the trucking couple. I have just as much experience as the crafty truckers, everything Apex and all these other folks, but I don't downgrade them, okay? I don't do anything of that nature. I have my experience, 13 years total, okay? And everything that I say and that I give is legit. And connections, flashing money up on YouTube, all the money you're making, I'm not a fan of again. So I'm going to sign off here, and hopefully all these reality videos that I give out on my channel is more of a reality set for newcomers. That's my goal. The good money comes later. Later in the years. That's just a fact. Unless you have connections. Alright, that's just the way it is. So newcomers, pay attention to your own experience. Who you're driving for, what carrier you're driving for, alright? Any questions, please email me. It's in my About section on a channel, YouTube channel. Thank you very much, guys. I'm signing off. Danny Holmes, host of Expediting Line. Different kind of trucking channel. See ya!